Hi, my name is Keely. I just want to thank you for being here. It's been really enlightening to see your standpoint and from a woman who thinks that her own personal beliefs should be applied to all human beings. You mentioned
human rights, so yeah.
Human rights.
Yep.
Your personal philosophy is your own personal philosophy, and it does not need to be a law that extends to every human. I do have a question.
Sure.
My question is, early in your lecture, you told us a story about this woman in poverty who, had an abusive boyfriend and all of these things, horrible things that this circumstance created for her. And when she had an abortion, that didn't go away. My question to you is, if she had a child, how would that go away? Then you're putting a baby in an abusive relationship in the middle of that, and you're putting that baby in poverty, which also extends to the whole foster care system.
Mm-hmm.
We have too many babies from mothers that could not take care of them that are now in foster care.
Should those babies be aborted? Should
Be
they killed now, like abortion after birth?
To make that decision in any way that she needs to make that decision for herself, it is not your decision, it is her decision.
Should the children in foster care whose mothers are addicted to crack cocaine or can't take care of them for a physical or mental reason, should those children be killed?
Should the mothers be killed?
Should the children in foster care?
Should the mothers be killed if they can't carry the child?
You asked me a question, I'm asking you a question. Should the children in foster care be killed?
Well, you didn't answer my original question.
I'll get to your question for sure.
Okay.
But I'm asking you a question. I'm trying to gauge where you are.
It's not a child, it's an embryo, and it is until, okay, you can laugh at me all you
Yeah,
want.
okay,
But until the 21st trimester, that baby or 21st week, that baby does not feel pain. That is a CDC.
So we have a lot of arguments that we just heard here.
Okay.
The first argument is that I'm making a preference claim when I say abortion is wrong and should be illegal. I'm not making a preference claim. I'm not saying, oh, I like chocolate ice cream. You should like chocolate ice cream too. It's better than vanilla. When I say abortion should be illegal, abortion is wrong, I'm making a moral claim. Abortion kills a living human being, and we know it's living because it's growing. We know it's a human being because law of biogenesis says that two humans can't make anything else besides a human being. I believe that all human beings, no matter their age, no matter their location, no matter their circumstance of conception, no matter their dependability, have equal human rights. And therefore, killing any human being is wrong. So I'm making a moral claim. I'm not saying a preference claim. So absolutely, I can say for the rest of the world, abortion is a moral wrong and should never be tolerated in a civil society. So that's the first argument you brought up. You also then brought up it's not a human being and it doesn't feel pain until 21 weeks. Well, that's an interesting question. Does your ability to feel pain make you a person? There are conditions, legitimate medical conditions, and there are people in this world who suffer life-threatening conditions who cannot feel pain. The ability to feel pain doesn't make you a person, doesn't make you suddenly be a human being with rights. So that's wrong. So we know that. When we're talking about a woman, women I met and was able to befriend at the pregnancy center who were trapped in poverty, who were living in this abusive relationship, we know her having the abortion wasn't going to take her out of the abusive relationship. Do I want her child to grow up in an abusive home? Absolutely not. But do I want her to be in an abusive home? Absolutely not. It's the same reasons, because they're human beings of right with certain rights, and that right to live a happy, prosperous life is being violated when they're in an abusive home-like situation. So killing the child, killing a potential sufferer, doesn't eliminate that suffering.
No, that's clear, because what if that child starves? What if that child starves in poverty? Then you're responsible for that child's birth still, or death still, I'm sorry. But
so
yeah,
the child starves.
That child is going to die. Would you like it to happen to where the woman can still have an autonomy of her own body and her own choices, or would you like that to happen where a baby, a real, actual baby.
Oh, real actual baby. That's a new term I've never heard before.
Not an embryo, an actual baby.
What is an embryo? What is an embryo?
Starve to death.
Do you
Is
want
that
to starve
babies? If you're going to play this game with me where you're asking if I want to kill babies, do you want to starve babies and have them be in foster care
like that. There's a question. You get in the back of the line and ask me more. You ask me
Well, you
more
answered all
questions.
my questions.
No, I'm definitely going to answer
So
the question.
we're going back and forth. That's what this is.
You're talking about, should someone who potentially may suffer in their life, should they be snuffed out of existence? No. I don't believe, because someone may suffer in their life, and we don't know if someone will suffer in their life, that we should be responsible for tearing them limb from limb. That's wrong. Because what we're doing is we're eliminating the sufferer, not the suffering. I have 2 children with cystic fibrosis. 90% abortion rate in the CF community. Why? Because my children will suffer. My children will probably have a much shorter lifespan than all of you sitting in this room today. But their lives still have meaning. Their lives still have value. I'm working to cure cystic fibrosis, to save my children's life, but that doesn't mean I kill my children. So you're saying there's children in foster care waiting to be adopted who've come from terrible lives. There absolutely are, and it's our job as Americans, and if you're a Christian, it's your job as a Christian to be a foster parent, to adopt, to help those children. That is our duty. That's our obligation as human beings to each other. But we don't eliminate the children who are suffering in foster care, who are waiting for adoptive parents, by killing them. And no one would argue that we would. The argument that you're making is fundamentally the argument that a child who isn't born doesn't have human rights. Because I know you would not argue that a 2-year-old in foster care should be killed, should be ripped limb by limb, right? Correct? Would you say that?
That's not the question I asked.
But I'm asking you a question. Do you believe a child in foster care is 2 years old should be ripped limb by limb and should be killed?
You're fear-mongering. What you do is fear-monger on the no basis. And let me just, I have one more question.
Sure, go for it.
Why are you listening to a woman that got a sexual assaulter, it supports a sexual assaulter on our Supreme Court? All of you are supporting sexual assault by being here and listening to this woman.
Brett Kavanaugh is an accomplished jurist, and you can see as we watch the Supreme Court hearings, he is not guilty of sexual assault. And I think what we saw currently in our United States with what happened in the U.S. Supreme Court was the Democratic Party used the victim of sexual assault to further their agenda. Because you know what? If they freaking cared, if they cared about her, they would have brought this up. They would have brought it up in July. When Dianne Feinstein met with Brett Kavanaugh in July, she said, wait a minute, I just heard something, we need to get investigated. No, they didn't do that. They waited the day before the vote in the committee, and then they said, oh, wait a minute, we have an allegation of sexual assault. That's not what they did. They used Dr. Ford, and I believe she's truly a victim of sexual assault. I believe something has happened to her in her life. But they used her to further their agenda to make sure we didn't get a 5th pro-life Supreme Court justice Supreme Court. Because guess what? This is all about one issue, and that issue is about abortion. They don't care about Dr. Ford. They don't care about women who are victims of sexual assault. They care about making abortion legal in all 9 months of pregnancy for whatever reason. That's what they care about. Next.
You care more about unborn fetuses than you do about live women, and that's what it is.
Unborn fetuses and live women are both equal and both have equal